Okay, so now I'm going to ask you another thing. You also have been involved in a lot of policy making over the years, not necessarily only in this government, but since in your entire career. So, which are the main policies actually made by Amitabh Kant, the one and only? And that's the purpose of having you here because you actually drafted them, um, structured it, and executed them. So can you tell me and tell everyone what are the main big policies over your entire career, not just the latest famous one? No, I don't make policies in isolation. I don't make them alone. Yes. Part of. But you get the suggestion. Well, I work with many other people to draft policies, yes. And I think I've played a key role in drafting some of these policies. And, for instance, the Startup India policy framework was we worked on. And when we did this under Prime Minister's direction, India had only about 156 startups. Today we have about 140,000 startups. We have over 140 unicorns in India. So it is a good policy design, a good policy framework, very critical. Or for instance, when the Prime Minister asked us to, and I was Secretary, Department of Industrial Policy at that time, to actually dismantle the number of rules, regulations, procedures which we had built up. So India has actually scrapped over 1,700 laws. Rather than making too many policies, we used the state instrument to do away with a number of procedures, regulation, and laws that were drafted during the socialist era of this country. We made India easy and simple, which was very important at that time. But I've worked on a range of other implementations like aspirational district program, which covered some of the most backward districts in India and transformed. Yeah. So aspirational district was that you may not have heard of some of these districts. Have you heard of a district called Kifre in Nagaland or Riboi in Meghalaya? Many of your viewers would not have heard. Yes. So these are 115 districts of India which were transformed through this program. On their outcomes, on education, health, on nutrition. And this was done in which phase of your career? This was when I was CEO of Niti Aayog. Oh yes, I'm going to come to that later. Yes. So, I mean, transformational work has been done in many areas. This country has seen some very major structural reforms. The goods and services tax, the IBC being brought in, the Real Estate Regulation Act, uh, making India easy. This country has seen a huge amount of infrastructure creation as a consequence of good policy framework. This country has seen a huge switch from fossil fuel to green energy as a consequence of policy framework. Right. So I think a lot of work has happened in this country, but I think the most important thing that has happened is the digitization. Yes. Everyone has a digital identity. Everybody uses the mobile to do fast payments. Yes. And we do about 46% of the real-time fast payments in the world. So India is also because of our population, I guess. Yeah. But I think the fact that we were able to provide identity, we were able to open bank accounts between 2015 and 2017, we opened about 515 million bank accounts. Every second bank account opened in the world was opened in India. And then we linked up Aadhaar and mobile with the bank account, which enabled everybody to do this. So if you look at the world, 4 billion people do not even have a bank account. So India has technologically leapfrogged in a very big way.